we might get a short nimp.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna like
Maybe.
elevator joke just sink through the.
Yeah.
No, it's like ever so slowly, like fucking piece of shit. I was already looking at getting like a new piston for it and everything, but I gotta take this one apart and figure out what kind of piston I have so that I can order the correct one for it.
Right.
Or I can just buy a whole new office chair, because why not?
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Are we ready to get started?
Sure.
Yes? Question mark? All right. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to a brand new episode of That Video Game Podcast, aka TVGP. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonpair.
Hi.
And the Nymph.
Hello.
Reminder, this is the last of our regular episodes for this year, but fret not. We'll still be here over the next 2 weeks. We'll just have a two-parter Game of the Year episode, like we've been doing recently. We recorded both of them already. They're great. We're going to leave you in good hands from us over to us for the next couple weeks. But past us,
Are you summoning the scientists?
no, that's a very different thing. The scientists are resting
Half-Life
easily
3.
in their holiday chateaus. They're taking the rest of the year off.
Bro, I wish I had a chateau.
I know. I wish I did too. Science paying pretty well, I think. Also, a reminder that We Roguelike It and the Outcasts are off for the holidays, but Critical Misses and the Wayward Sons are going to keep going on as previously scheduled. And don't forget, you get all of that stuff and more over in the Patreon over at e1m1.cash or patreon.com/e1m1.
Those ones are numbers.
If you've ever been curious about what happens behind the walled garden of the E1M1 Patreon, I have great news for you. Still ongoing until the end of the month is the Patreon Open House, the second annual Patreon Open House. We have 3 fantastic episodes. I might say our best offerings from the year of The Outcast, The Wayward Sons, and the Critical Misses production meeting. We have 1 episode over there. You don't even need to have be following the Patreon page over there. You can just get it for free. You just go over to the websites we were just talking about. Go listen to some stuff. All of those are really great.
And then pay us.
But if it's your first month ever, this month at Fun for a Fiver, you can use the coupon code RIP and TEAR, all one word, of course, all in capital letters. It's 50% off for your very first month. So if you like what you hear over there, sign up. You'll get all the back catalog stuff. We don't delete anything, so it's not like, oh, well, that was last. We're clearing out the archives. It's a brand new year. Nope. Got hundreds of episodes over there, so you can go listen to all of that. Get early access, exclusive stuff, uncensored things, all of the great stuff over at e1m1.cash.
Ones and numbers.
All right. We've been recording for a whole lot today, so let's get this thing underway. Moon, what have you been playing this past week?
Well, I've been playing the Christmas shopping game, and if you are in desperate need of gifts for your loved ones this holiday season, whichever holiday you celebrate, Patreon is also giftable. So don't forget that. You can
Thank you.
fire an email over with that gift subscription to somebody that you care about to introduce them to the wonderful joy that is me and them swearing at the top of our lungs at each other in the middle of the night when we record Wayward Sons.
That's right.
I actually forgot to bring up that my kids did ask, why was Dad super angry while recording? Who's he yelling at? I wasn't yelling at anybody.
Demons.
Just points needed to be made.
That's right.
Uh-huh. Soapboxes were stood on, we will say.
That's right.
So yes, it is giftable. So don't forget to gift it if you can and you have the availability to. Take care of yourself first, please.
Right.
Us second, you first.
That's right.
Let's see. I played a whole bunch of Deep Rock Galactic Survivor this week. Anybody got any fresh news to tune in onto the Deep Rock Galactic Survivor?
Not really.
Nope, just ever so slowly chugging away at it. So.
Yeah.
Okay. I am now stuck on the automated cannon runs with the mastery for the automated cannons, which is just you'd be surprised at how little damage output that thing has for a minigun when you get to like hazard level 5 masteries on it. And
Oh,
it's just
sure.
it's very difficult to try and get that taken care of. I don't know why I'm struggling with that weapon specifically, but I am. I did a bunch, like I did the cold mastery, I did a different mastery, I tried to get the 250% critical damage on the sharpshooter mastery or mission achievement thing, but
Oh,
that
wow.
ended up getting 230% and then couldn't get the rest because
So
I ran out of
close.
time, which blows.
Yep.
But no, Deep Rock Galactic Survivor continues to be my go-to. Oh, hey, I've got the 45 minutes. Let me do a run or two.
Yeah. Let
It
me
is
escort a
a
guy.
great game.
And by a guy,
Yeah.
I mean a driller.
Yes, Doug. His name is Doug. Like
Yes.
you can call him Bob all you want, Dwarves. His name to
That's
me
right.
is Doug. He should be Doug. His name is Dougie Dougson. That might be the worst reference I've ever made in this show.
Hey, man, it's been a long day.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, it definitely has. The only other two games I've been playing, I've been playing a little bit of Subnautica. It is my go to jump in, do a little bit of swimming around, get a little bit of materials kind of thing. I just discovered I set my base up in the wrong location. Not that there is a wrong location, but not in the optimized location because it's a survival game. So I'm in the process of loading a second base with supplies slash disassembling my previous base. And then I will finally be building the Cyclops and moving on from there to try and actually eventually finish this game, which I probably should have finished several times by now, but I don't care. I still love playing the thing. It's great. The music is phenomenal. It's terrifying. It's a great example of a survival game that does it really well because at the start it's very light, very airy, very relaxing kind of thing. And then you start going below where light reaches,
Mm.
and then it becomes super problematic. Like you get the one jump scare near the ship of a Titan. No, not Titan. I can't remember what they're called.
Leviathan?
The big, yes, thank you. The Leviathan class. You get one jump scare of like a Leviathan class when you're near the ship, but other than that, it's like, oh, that's fine. Just stay away from that part of the ocean, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then you start going to the places where literally the sun doesn't shine,
Oh.
and suddenly things become problematic.
Hmm.
It is full of your favorite thing though, Boston, which is underwater neon everything,
Yeah.
which is cool.
It's the good
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. If it glows in the dark, it's probably not great.
Yeah.
Yes, that's pretty much exactly how it works, to be completely honest. But I'm enjoying up that. And the only other thing I've been playing this week is Hades.
Hades 1.
Hades 1. I don't know if it's because of the nature of the amount of progress I made in Hades 1 or playing Hades 2 made me better at Hades 1. Like, got that muscle memory back kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I've done like 7 runs and only one of them was a failure, and I expected that one to be a failure. Everything
Sure.
else has been straight through and wins.
Dang. All right.
I finally got to the credits, so I
Okay.
experienced the full 10 runs.
Nice. Okay.
Spoiler alert, there's an epilogue,
Of course there is.
which is more than 10 runs, I will say.
Okay. Okay. Uh-huh.
I'm not going to tell you what happens because if you haven't played Hades, it changed the genre for a reason, so maybe go play Hades.
Right.
But let's just say that relationship bar that you build up with the Olympians and stuff, you need to start maxing those out, which means
Interesting.
I need a lot of nectar because on this run I just didn't go through. On my PC playthrough, I got a lot of nectar and give it to the gods and so on and so forth. On this run, I min-maxed the meta upgrades first, so I've basically just been doing runs with 0 nectar the entire time. So now I'm at this point where I need to do the runs and build up the relationships.
Interesting.
Which is fine because at the same time I'm also collecting diamonds, which give me I'm increasing the heat level, so unlike Boston, I prefer to min-max things when it comes to this, and I will play with the weapon that gives me the darkness bonus, which is
I
something
don't
he.
not prefer to do it. It's just the two daggers in Hades 2 are too strong, so I
Uh-huh.
want to win.
Uh-huh.
I want to win a run.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sure.
Call me selfish.
Anyway, yeah, selfish and not min-maxing your progress.
That's right.
I'll just pick whatever weapon it is that I need that gives me the bonus,
Yeah.
and then I literally turn up the heat until it gets to the point where I've not beat that run before, and then go from there.
Mm.
So I can get the diamonds, which lets me get the permanent upgrades, like the one I mentioned to you previously, Boston, where like every time you pick up darkness, you get +5 max HP.
Oh,
There's
right,
another
right.
one which is every time you pick up construction materials, like the little gems, you get 20 coins, 20 obols, coins from Charon, kind of thing. And the other one is anytime you pick up a key, you get a reroll
Oh, wow.
thing. So yeah, there's some really stupidly powerful upgrades in there.
Yeah.
And I've just been playing the trinket game as I like make my way repeatedly up through the worlds. I will say, I still hate Theseus and the Minotaur.
It's a hard
Like,
fight, man.
I think it's hard for me personally. It is harder than Hades. Like,
Yeah.
spoiler alert, you fight Hades at the end of Hades.
Gasp.
It is unreal how hard that fight is, and compared to every other fight in the game, like that is easily, in my opinion, the
Yeah.
hardest fight.
It feels more unpredictable, I think.
Yeah, because like if you don't kite them around in the right way, then
Right.
both of them will be on top of you, and you can only dodge a certain amount of times. You can only dodge certain spaces. So
Right.
if you don't have them on opposite sides of the arena, it's a very difficult fight.
Yeah.
But no, it's fun. I'm just unlocking upgrades, getting new forms, making my way through the achievements.
Is your goal getting a all 1,000 achievements?
At the
1,000
moment,
points?
my
Sorry.
goal this is a game I can shut my brain off and play.
Right.
I'm hoping to get the full 1,000, but some of those achievements are. There's a reason. It's not a hard and fast rule, obviously, if you've seen my gamer card. But generally speaking, I like to get the full retail 1,000 in a game when I play it. There are some games and some genres that just don't work well for that. I give you the roguelike.
That's right.
So I'm more forgiving on myself on that kind of thing, but
Yeah.
also at the same time, I was like, I have Hades. I like playing it. It's on my Xbox. I never really put any time into it, so let's just chip away at it bit by bit. And like, I'll play for like 20 minutes, do like 2 floors, and then just hit a point where I'm like, yeah, I'm done for now, and I'll just save and quit the run, and then come back to it in the same place
Sure.
because I've still got that muscle memory to be able to just go from wherever I left off, kind of thing.
Right.
But I think I'm missing like 7 achievements, and a bunch of them are 7 or 8, and a bunch of them are like completing the various prophecies. So it's like
Sure.
get all of the Olympians unlocks. So you've got to have used every single one of their boons at least once. And then there's a couple which is complete the storyline between Orpheus and his muse, and then there's another one that's complete the storyline between Hades and Redacted, and then there's another one that's complete the storyline between blank and blank. So
Okay.
it's literally just play through and get a bunch of nectar, and then go from there.
Right. Right.
But yeah, it's fun. I like Hades. Hades is a great game
Yeah.
for a reason. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing.
All right, Nimp, what do you have?
All right, I have 2 new games to talk about this week.
Heck
Which
yeah.
is a real bummer because we're all super tired and don't want to get very in depth with video games right now.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
So, first game that I'm going to talk about is Wuchang Fallen Feather.
Okay.
This is a Souls-like created by a Chinese team. This game sparked my interest when they first announced it forever ago for 2 reasons. One, this is more of a Bloodborne style game where it's faster paced than a general Souls game, and there's no blocking, so the emphasis is more on dodging.
Oh, huh.
And it has a sphere grid.
Oh, hello. All right. Now we're talking.
So
Don't mention the S word to him, bro.
Square grid. Yep.
it's why I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the license board. Don't worry about it. It's nothing cool. No.
Gasp.
So this game takes place in an earlier Chinese dynasty. I don't know which one. I am not that familiar with Chinese history. But you play as a pirate who has basically gotten sick with an illness called the feathering.
Okay.
And this is infecting everybody in this region. And what
Does that just mean
basically
you're
happens is...
ticklish?
No. I mean, in a very violent way, I
We're
guess.
done with all the dad jokes for this year. Thank you.
Not until December 31st.
Oh, that's true.
What this sickness does is anyone who becomes infected with it, they start to lose their memories, and they also start to grow actual feathers on their body, and eventually it kind of just mutates you and you turn into a mindless monster. Your character has developed the feathering, they have lost their memories, but they have kept their consciousness, basically. Like, they haven't turned for some reason.
Okay.
And
You are
right
moral
now
monster?
yeah, kinda. But I'm only like 3 or 4 hours into this right now, doing a lot of exploring. So I haven't gotten too far into the story, but I'm basically moving to another location in hopes of finding a group of priests that allegedly either have a cure for this or are working on a cure for this.
Okay.
Since it's a Souls game, I'm assuming it's not going to go well.
They're demons already or something because the cure went wrong, et cetera, et cetera.
They're the reason this thing is out, whatever. Right. The cool thing about this is... Boy, where do I want to start with this? Let's start with the combat first. The combat, you do not have a magic meter. You do have a health, you do have a stamina bar. Your magic is actually the feathers that you have. And you see them on, I think it's on the character's left arm, right above their shoulder, or right around their shoulder area. Starting out, you only get 3 feathers. And doing certain things or upgrading certain things within the sphere grid allows you to increase the amount of feathers that you have and how you gain those feathers. So for right now, I have a longsword that I'm using because that's what the game started me with. And one of the upgrades within the sphere grid for the longsword is 2 consecutive hits on an enemy, it gives you a feather. Or skyward might is what they call it. So now I can use a spell or I can use a weapon ability. You can upgrade this eventually more. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but you can get more of the feathers on there so that way you can hold more than 3 at a time. Each weapon that you have, so there's longsword, short sword, dual blade, spear, and axe. Each one of those has its own region in the sphere grid. And there's also a separate region that you're following for like survivability. So this is increasing like your flask count and how potent it is.
Kind of like your core character
things.
Skills and upgrades.
So the only one that I've put points into so far has been for the longsword and the short sword. And the short sword is because I just recently discovered that magic is actually pretty good against mob characters. So there's an ability that you unlock. I think it's actually the first ability for the short sword, where if you are out of combat and you have the sword equipped, just the short sword, you are constantly gaining skyward might, the feathering. So I basically now have like, and it's not very quick, but between walking around with that and having my longsword out when I get into combat, so when I do 2 consecutive attacks and I gain more skyward might, between those 2, I constantly have energy to use spells and weapons abilities. Each weapon, even within its own genre, so like the longsword that I have the ability to do one of them's called a like a dive kick, where you basically dive into them and kick them upwards, and it knocks them prone, depending on the enemy type. Obviously, it doesn't work on most bosses, but then it has another dual attack that you can hit. And you can use these abilities without Skyward Might, but if you have Skyward Might, it adds extra damage and extra flourish to the attack and makes it a little bit more potent.
Okay.
So constantly having that going just makes it so that my attacks hit harder. With the spells, also, those use depending on the type of spell you're running. Those can use anywhere from 1 to 3 of the Skyward Might feather icons. I have a ranged attack that she will shoot 2 of these, like, basically magic missiles, and they will home in on an enemy, and they hit twice, and that usually kills most of the mob characters I'm up against right now.
Okay.
So that has been my new current strategy for running around killing mob things that I don't have to fight.
Makes sense.
The other cool thing that grabbed my attention with this game is that it is lousy with mimics.
Oh boy. Okay.
I have run into one type of mimic so far, and that is a pot mimic. So as you're running around breaking pots, one just may turn into a monster and will start chasing you and spewing poison.
Of course.
There is also one, I have not been spoiled on its location, but there is the bonfire equivalent mimic in this game.
How could you?
Yes. And so I was like, that is horrific, and that's why I love mimics, and that's why I'm buying this game. So between everything else that I've talked about, mimics being all over in this game just makes me absolutely happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not terribly far into this game right now because I have to get back into remembering that I can't pause this game, so that it doesn't give me a whole lot of time to really play this. But I am really enjoy. Oh, one more thing that I haven't really touched on with the combat is when you kill human characters, you start developing madness, and there is a little icon that's filling up. That's an outline of your character, and it fills up with red. Once you get to a certain point of madness, your character's eyes glow red, and you now are doing extra damage because of this, but you are also receiving extra damage.
Okay.
The screw job behind this is that if you die with a certain amount of madness, when you go back to do your corpse run, there will be a demon waiting there for you that is your character before you died.
Oh no.
That is equipped with what you were equipped with and has access to all the skills that you had unlocked at that time.
Oh, that's real bad.
And I have not had to fight them yet, but I have seen people mention that they will purposely die in a very difficult area because this demon will aggro on enemies within the world. So they will watch their demon kill everything in an area, and then they will go fight their demon to get their stuff.
Oh, jeez. Okay, that's pretty cool.
So it's an interesting payoff. There are items that allow you to increase your madness and decrease your madness and that kind of stuff. So there's a bunch of stuff that I haven't even touched yet that I am just starting to scratch the surface on this game. But it's been a fun game so far. I just have to get used to, I guess, playing a Real Souls game again, at least a Bloodborne style one, because I'm used to doing the dodging. But like with this one, if you do a perfect dodge, you get Skyward Might. It's just getting back into this is where I need to be dodging, not 2 moments before or 2 moments after when I'm getting hit. So it's just fine-tuning that back in. It doesn't help that I played a lot of Hell Is Us, where the attack button is square, and I keep hitting square, and I'm using an item instead of attacking, I have to rewire my mind for this. But so far, I'm having a great time with Wuchang, and I'm looking forward to playing more of it.
I'm great at dodging into the blades.
Exactly.
That's my go-to.
Yeah.
If you time it just right, you'll go right through it.
There you go.
My last game that I will be talking about is Escape from Duckov.
One of 2025's like secret, like absolute runaway success games that I thought was just a joke at the beginning.
Yeah, I thought it was too, which is why I didn't pick it up, but Escape from Duckov is, as we were saying, originally thought to be a joke game
Yep.
based off of Escape from Tarkov, but is actually really good on its own.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a PvP game. It is a PvE only single player game, which is having me kind of enjoy it a little bit more than I may have with. I did try a couple other extraction games this week. I'm not going to really get into those because I just kind of bumbled around in them, just testing things out.
Mm-hmm.
May get into them more later, but this is a top-down game. You have to play mouse and keyboard. It does not have controller support. It is only on PC right now. It's also on sale for like $15 until December 18th. So if you're interested, pick it up because it's been a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
You are you are a duck, and
Right.
there is a duck creator at the beginning of this where you get to choose your size, facial feature, eyes, beak, feathers, colors, all of it.
Okay.
And you basically, once you've created your duck, you are awakened in a jail cell, and there's a guy that comes over the speaker that says, hey, I have a plan to get out of here. All you need to do to be a part of it is escape.
Okay.
And there you go.
Easy peasy.
The story starts off before you even get to the character, duck creator. It's basically this story happened a long time ago, and it shows you this planet that is in the shape of an egg that is starting to crack. And the whole idea behind it is everyone escaped except for you.
Okay.
So you're still on this planet. And it sounds like the goal is to eventually get off of the planet, and that's what you're working towards with this person that you don't know who they are or why they're interested in you. They just need your help.
Mm-hmm.
And they are offering you a ride off the planet once everything gets done up correctly. You start out with nothing. Once you get out of the jail, you're in a bunker basically, and you have a timer, and there's another individual in the bunker who is giving you like just kind of like quests to do to kind of help you with your progression. And so you grab your quests, you get out of your bunker, and then you're just walking around trying not to get killed.
Okay.
And then you come back to your bunker with whatever you find, and you try to build stuff to make you last longer, upgrade your character, upgrade your equipment, upgrade your bunkers, so that way you can keep doing this loop of progression, and then you go back out into the world. You start out with nothing, basically like a pea shooter that's kind of jacked up, and it took a while. I actually heard while bumping around, like automatic gunfire. I'm like, nope, too rich for my blood,
right.
and went in a different location.
Yeah.
And I eventually found shotguns, which I did not enjoy the way this particular shotgun, because I think there was like 100 and some odd weapons between melee
wow.
and firearms in this game. So there's a lot. But I didn't like the way the shotgun worked, so I just started running around with the pea shooter that I had before. And it had gotten to the point where I came up against a Raven in a certain area that had an MP5, and he jacked up my day. Almost killed me, but didn't quite. I managed to kill him, but the way it works is you're running around with WASD, and you're using your mouse to aim. And wherever the reticule is, that's your mouse, that's the direction that you're running around in. And for you to get precise aiming, you have to hold down right on the mouse pad or on the mouse, and it will zoom in a little bit, but then you get a little dot between your crosshair, and then you can actually aim at doing like body shots or headshots.
Oh.
And that was how I was able to take the Raven out, is because I managed to get enough headshots on him that I was able to take him out before he killed me. And I go over there and loop his corpse, grab his MP5. He had like a level 2 helmet and like a level 3 body armor, so I equipped all that stuff and grabbed a bunch of his crap and went back to my base, dropped off all my loot, and basically restarted the process all over again. And I've been running around with this MP5 for a while now, and most weapons do have attachment slots for you to add stuff to it.
Ooh.
If you find them. So there's a lot of stuff going on here that I'm still figuring out. But
Yeah.
so far, I have built within my bunker a crafting bench, a key registry, because anytime you find a key, you can feed it in this registry, and then you don't have to hold the key in your inventory anymore.
Oh, wow.
So you just have it with you all the time. So that's been really great. I have a weapons shop, a gym, which the gym is what you use to upgrade your character for like, oh, now you have more stamina. Now you can hit harder kind of stuff. An armory so that you can get more vests and stuff to equip so you're taking less damage. A kitchen, which I haven't used a whole lot yet, so I'm not sure what that's for. And a medic station so that you can craft your own medic kits and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And that's all I've been doing with this game. It's just been, oh, hey, I did a run. Let me come back down, dump all my stuff. Can I upgrade anything? No. Okay, what do I need? Cool. Let me climb back up this ladder and go.
So it sounds like it kind of scratches that extraction shooter itch without having the multiplayer stuff?
Yep, it's pretty much exactly the same, just no multiplayer.
Interesting. No wonder why it's so successful instead of like, yeah, I can treat this...
I love a good survival game.
Yeah, and it almost sounds more like a roguelike that you're kind of doing runs in than an extraction thing.
I was thinking of that too, because I was like, this does, to me, feel like a roguelike, but I am also not the rogue people.
Right.
But
you're a scientist.
I have gotten...
as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not qualified in that position, so...
Yeah.
But I am each I guess thing that you make in your bunker, you can place, there's an area that you can place any of the things that you've created within the bunker, within this one room. Each one of them comes with a person. So like the gym, I actually had to find this individual out in the world. I did quests for him, and once I've turned everything into him, he was like, okay, cool. If you build the gym in your bunker, I will move into your bunker, and then I will help you increase things. And like I said, this is things like you have more stamina now. You can carry more stuff now. And even within the bunker, he has more quests for you to do where he'll give you more items and stuff like that for you to help you out on your runs.
Interesting.
Same thing with the weapon shop and the armory. Those come with 2 other ducks as well, and they also have quests that they will give you to increase the inventory of their shops. And then there's the main quest giver who will still give you stuff to help you just progress with your bunker. Outside of that, you do have a pet dog that is following you all the time. And they don't do anything except for they have 1 inventory slot, and that is your safe spot. So if you pick up something that is super good that you can't live without, pop it into his pouch, and if you happen to die, you'll lose everything except for whatever was in the dog's pouch.
Right.
And I just upgraded that, so now my dog can carry 2 items of value. So, and that's the stuff that you are basically doing. Is like you can just keep increasing so that you get better and better, and you do more and more, and you explore further and further out away from your bunker, and shenanigans ensues. So I did randomly find, I thought they were getting into like a fight with aliens or something. Like these, because the factions will fight amongst themselves. So there's a duck faction that is right around your bunker, and as you get a little further out, there's like a raven faction. And so the automatic fire that I heard earlier was a duck fighting a raven and losing. There's also random like animals. I found like a dog at one point that has attacked a bunch of ducks and ravens and stuff, and then I would kill the dog and get, whatever they had, which isn't a whole lot, but every once in a while you'll find a dog wearing a pumpkin as a helmet, so they get like plus 0.5 to their head protection, which is kind of funny. But then I randomly found, I was walking into an area, and off screen there was like a bunch of things fighting, and I see like these green energy bolts like just flying off in the distance, and I'm like, I don't know what that is, but that is way too much for me.
That's not my
level
problem.
2 body armor. Yeah. So I walk away from that, let them kill each other, and I come back, and there's like a horde of bags and stuff in like this one area. I'm like, the hell are you guys all fighting?
That's right.
I go in there and I start looting stuff, and then I see up in the corner there's like a mushroom sitting there. I'm like, what's that? And I go closer to the mushroom, all of a sudden it pops out of the air and starts like spewing this green stuff at me. It was easy enough to dodge, and I killed it. I'm like, oh, there was like 3 mushrooms here that took out a horde of ducks.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know how that happened, but so I've just I've just been running around blowing stuff up and having fun. I've died one time and had to do a corpse run, which is why you always keep extra inventory of stuff on you.
Mm.
So I went, but I went from having like level 2 gear to running back out there with basically a lab coat and a motorcycle helmet
Okay.
because that was all I had. Like that
Right.
was my good stuff that was out there. So,
That's really interesting
yeah,
because
it's just
I think I didn't really understand what made Duckov different from Tarkov, other than like it's single player. But that's really interesting. I think I immediately see why it got so popular because it does seem like it has that kind of loop, like run based thing that makes roguelike so
yep.
attractive, but also with the kind of light extraction stuff that makes some of these extraction shooters so not really addictive, but I guess popular. So, and kind of mushing the two of them and
And
then like not taking itself too seriously, which I think is kind of a benefit.
yeah, and just the runs right now for me are short, and there are you can go back to your there's like a hatch that you pop out of. You can go back to that hatch and go back into your bunker, or there is so far I've found on this map, the Ground Zero map, if you go north, there's a place with green smoke, and you can extract from there. And there's another, there's like a manhole cover on the, oh, let me think, southeast section of the map. You have to uncover it so that way you can use it, and that will lead you into a lower section of your bunker. That's still a safe spot. But you can go through there and back up a ladder to get back into your bunker as
Oh,
well.
interesting.
Um, so far there's 3 different ways for you to get back to your bunker with all of your loot to extract, so it's
Right.
not just constantly going one way or another. There is stuff with talismans that I haven't fully figured out, where it's basically you can equip 2 talismans that increase your stats a certain way, or they do like a certain buff for you.
Oh,
One of them that I had was like the ninja version 1, which made it so that while walking or running, enemies it did, what was it, negative 25% basically perception of enemies being able to see or hear me, kind of thing, while equipped.
huh.
So I was like, all right, that's cool. I've got one that currently increases my health right now, and there was another one that I have equipped that I think increases my weapon damage. And then, like I said, all the weapons, like the MP5 that I have, currently has like 6 available slots on it for me to equip, like a laser, extended mag, muzzle, either suppressor or oh, I can't think of the other name for the muzzle guard. And there's one other thing that you can add to it too, and I don't remember what it is. And then there's like different ammo types and stuff. So it's basically a military shooter.
Yeah.
You're just a duck. Because
Yeah,
like
and
I
like
almost took a screenshot of it. I'm fully kitted out with like a SWAT helmet, SWAT gear, and sunglasses. So there's this yellow duck fully kitted
right,
out
this
with an
rubber duck.
MP5 and sunglasses. Yeah, so
That's wild.
it's fun. I've been having a great time
That
with this
sounds really
game.
good.
So it's normal price. I think it's like $20 when
That's
it's
not
not on
bad.
sale. So yeah, Escape from Duckov. I would recommend checking this game out if extraction shooters have been something you've been interested in, but you don't want to, I don't know, get sniped randomly
Right.
all the
And
time.
yeah, deal with any of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. All right. I have 2 games this week. First off, Destiny 2 Renegades. This is the new expansion. Is maybe not the right term. Season might be the right term. I kind of don't know where they're going with it. It's the new kind of content thing. I think expansion is really the preferred term. This is the Star Wars one. I have felt pretty strongly about the how much Star Wars they have shown off so far. But Bungie has said like, no, it's really Star Wars inspired. Like it's not a Star Wars piece of DLC. But the expansion starts off with literally the Star Wars shot that you see at the beginning of every movie, where like it pans down towards a planet and there's like a giant ship that flies over and it's chasing a smaller ship.
Do you know the one Star Wars movie where it does the reverse?
No, which one?
Episode 3. The planet's at the top.
Oh,
and it goes
interesting.
up to the planet.
Oh, interesting. But like you're rescuing
Nerd.
the drifter in the first mission, and he's frozen in stasis, and it's just a carbonite block. Like there are lightsabers at the beginning. Like as soon as this game starts, they call them practic blades. Like there are the Cabal, the big guys are dressed up as stormtroopers. Like all of it is really Star Wars. The bad guy sounds like
Oh,
Kylo
so
Ren. Like
I mean, the map looks like Tatooine that you have on
100%.
that video
Yeah.
here. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
and the
Like, so
the
they
social.
decided to stop stealing from little people and just stole from the biggest people instead.
I mean,
Is that what I'm
they
hearing?
decided to stop stealing from Star Wars and stole from Star Wars. So like, with Lucasfilm Games, like the social space is the cantina. Like it's all just Star Wars, and that's fine. Like I don't feel particularly precious about Star Wars. Like I'm a fan, obviously, because I'm like a white dude that was born in the 80s. But like there's something about it that's sort of like it's one thing to have like a Slimer ghost in the game. You know, that feels bad. But this one just being, hey, here's the Star Wars DLC, and you're just doing Star Wars, like that. I've always had kind of pretty complicated feelings about like I'm not in Destiny to play something else's story. Like that's more of a Fortnite thing. I
Yeah.
want to keep playing Destiny's
bro,
story.
Destiny is Dune. Come on.
Yeah, but like they've at least filed off the serial numbers for long enough to be like it's far enough away. So it being
I mean, also in Destiny's defense, people see Dune after seeing Star Wars and like, hey, they stole that from Star Wars. It's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
oh, you sweet summer child.
So like I have complicated feelings about that. So far it seems fine. Like I'm not playing with anybody because nobody's playing Destiny anymore. So a lot of what I'm doing feels like it's designed for 3 people in mind. And it's a little weird where you're like going to talk to a bunch of people for story stuff and they're like, okay, go run this mission. And it's very clearly the mission type that's going to be match made later, but you're doing it solo or with your fire team just to like get your handle on the mechanics. But because I'm playing it solo, it's sort of like, boy, this mission would probably go like twice as fast if I was playing with somebody else at this point, which it really seems to be built for. Okay. Like that's not a bad thing. It's just sort of the state of the game at the moment. So all of it feels fine. One of the biggest changes they've made is they've been trying to do away with bounties for a really long time. And, you know, bounties have existed since Destiny 1, which is like you go to a vendor, you pick up 4 or 5 bounties, and they say, go kill 10 dregs with a shotgun, and I'll give you 300 XP and a little bit of some of these things. And then you go out and you do a bunch of that stuff. They've really been trying to get away from that for a while, and I think the orders system they did in this is seemingly the most successful thing they've done in a while to get rid of those. So bounties are gone completely. And what they've done is they have an ever refreshing system of basically the same thing, but they're tailored to what you're doing right now, like activity or enemies you're fighting or the weapons you have equipped. So if you have like a solar shotgun and a void SMG equipped, it's going to give you bounties essentially that are for void or shotgun or solar or SMG, like one of those things. So you'd be like, kill 25 enemies with an SMG. Cool. I'm already doing that. I can just play the game. Or like, kill 10 enemies with your super. Cool. I'm going to do that at some point. And
yeah,
when
that's nice, because a lot of times I would get them where it's like, oh yeah, do kill something with a longsword. It's like, I don't have a longsword
Right.
yet.
Or
so I
like
can't do these.
headshot 20 enemies with a sniper rifle. And it's like, I'd rather die.
Yeah.
But what's cool is when you complete one of those, so you kill 25 enemies with an SMG, it automatically completes it and it saves the reward and it gives you a new order automatically. So now it's like,
Cool.
kill 25 enemies with solar damage or like solar ability damage because you have a solar subclass equipped or something like that. And you're stacking up a whole bunch of rewards. So you don't lose rewards when they're stacking up. You'll just finish an activity and you go back to your menu. And it's like, cool, you have 7 completed orders to get rewards from. And you'll just click, 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 get all those rewards and keep on moving. And it just keeps stacking that stuff up automatically. So that system feels pretty solid. The activity that they have, which is, I don't remember what the activity is called. It's a pretty standard Destiny thing of like, go to this area, fight some enemies, or destroy a bunch of bombs, or, capture X amount of, glowing circles, and then go to the next one, and then you have like an extraction thing at the end where you're defending a point and you're hopping in a ship and getting out of there. So like, at the end of the day, it's still Destiny. It just has Star Wars coding on it, which is fine. It's not the thing I'm really looking for, but as of so far, it seems like it's fairly obvious in what it's trying to do. They even have like the star wipes and stuff. You're stopping Kylo Ren from firing a thing that shoots out a laser. It's got all the Star Wars stuff, like in a way that's like, okay.
Is the laser going to destroy like a planet kind of thing?
No, it actually
Or
kills.
several planets?
It kills all of the light bearers on that planet, but like.
Oh, it's a neutron bomb for Guardians.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, because it's like the thing that I think is the most disappointing is the storyline that's always bubbling up in the back of Destiny is regular humans, not Guardians, feel like it is unfair that non-elected officials, which are like the light bearers, like Zavala and Ikora, are put in charge of basically ruling over the last city because they're light bearers. So they're setting themselves as humanity's guardians. But that's not fair because what say do regular humans have in it? And that's fine, but I feel like we've been dealing with the storyline for a while, so having the bad guy being like, well, I'll just kill everyone that has light powers and it'll only be humans left over. And it's like, okay, cool. Like I'm kind of done with that storyline a little bit. So like,
all right, X-Men, calm down.
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of like, okay, man, sure. And it's like, there's a little bit too for me as well of like, in between the final shape and Edge of Fate, there was all these connecting stories with like 3 different villains, and they had these shards of the Traveler and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any of that or like the fallout of any of that whatsoever. I'm seeing fallout from the end of Edge of Fate, which I still haven't finished. But like, it's a little bit of a bummer that it seems like some of that stuff has been completely pushed aside for the whole storyline with the 9, which is the real focus of Destiny now. Which that stuff is good, but sort of like, I feel like we kind of had some loose threads going here that I was sort of interested in, and I'm sort of bummed that as of so far it hasn't seemed to show up quite yet. So,
I'm not gonna lie, Boston. I cannot wait until they elect God Emperor Rulk to
that's right.
look over the Destiny universe for the next 10,000 years.
Yep. Yeah.
You can go visit his throne.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
it's a lot. But Bungie has said that they're not really. Their whole thing is basically like, we've worked with the Lucasfilm games, which again still tripping me out. It's not called LucasArts. That to like they've really been a trusted partner in this. Blah 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 blah. And then they're basically like, this is the only one we're doing, and I'm like, yeah, man, probably not. Like, let's be honest, because I think a lot of people are playing this DLC because it's Star Wars, so you're probably going to want to repeat that because the Edge of Fate is the lowest point in the Destiny franchise at this point, from like a player and a player sentiment standpoint. So like, you're going to want to repeat the popular thing. So like, don't come out here and say, oh, we're definitely not going to do this again, because I mean, come on, you probably are. So
yeah, just release your Shadows of the Empire first person game.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go from there.
So like, it's fine. It's still Destiny 2. Destiny 2 still feels great to play. They've done a bunch of buffing and stuff. Like, it's still really wild. I play Warlock, and before, when you cast your Rift, that's that healing circle thing. You just have to stand still and cast it. Now you can move while you cast it, and the Rift is way bigger now. So like, they're still making some fairly large improvements. It isn't just like, you know, sidle up to the trough and get the Star Wars stuff. But I don't know. I was talking about it on stream. I will keep playing Destiny 2 until I get sick of it. And I'm curious to see where that limit is. Of like, you know, I would like to finish the Renegade story. I'd like to finish Edge of Fate's story. But I like got really sick of all of Edge of Fate's business. But like, am I happy enough with Destiny 2 at the moment to continue to do the rest of the stuff? Am I happy enough with Destiny 2 to like grind out more systems or stuff? I had barely hit power level 200, so when I started the game, they're just basically like, hi, here's something in every slot that's power level 300. There you go. You're ready. And I was like, dang, okay. So I was way behind, huh? So like, we'll see. I think playing Destiny 2 has reminded me, yeah, this game still feels good, but I think it also reminds me, I don't know if the grind and the rest of the systems for Destiny 2, especially like the loot gear, like loot tier systems and all of that, I really don't think that clicks with me at all. I liked a lot of the previous Destiny systems where you're building your stats and you're doing stuff like that. I don't know if I feel like my time investment is worth it at the moment, which is a real bummer, because I liked, again, I will say, I liked playing Destiny 2 a whole lot right before Edge of Fate, and then all of that stuff just feels like it's not for me, and I'm not entirely sure who it's for, really. So we'll see. I'll have more when I finish Renegades. I'll play it again next week, and we'll see if we can knock out the rest of the DLC and see what opens up after that. I probably won't get the lightsaber, because that's like a whole exotic mission. I won't play the new dungeon, because I don't have a bunch of other people playing with it. I do have to say, I totally forgot about it until it came up in this clip. Drifter's Ghost, you give her voice back. Her name is Blue. She's incredible. She sounds basically like a stereotypical Chicagoan. And it's really, really great. She's given everybody sass, and she's getting everybody the business, and it's really incredible. And she's my new favorite character, and she's the best. So, I don't know. We'll see as I go through, but everything seems fine so far. Last game I'm playing, though, Ball Pit. I played a little bit more of that this week. I unlocked a bunch of new characters. One of them is really weird, that like, you don't really do direct damage with your attacks. You only do AoE damage, and I feel like I don't really know how to play that character whatsoever. I think that might be the fastest loss I had in the game so far.
Nice.
I did unlock a bunch of new buildings, though. I kind of focused on when you go to pick a level, it will say like X number of blueprints remaining in level, and every blueprint is going to give you some type of building in your town. Either like a material building where you can hit them when you're farming, and you'll get a resource, or a character building. You build it and you get a new character. Or some other utility building. I really focused on getting a bunch more buildings because I felt like I was missing something so far, and I found the building. Previously I talked about like, oh, they gave you the farm, and the farm every, I think it's 6 minutes, gathers all of the wheat around the farm automatically. So you go back to the town and it's like, oh, here, I gathered all of this while you're doing your run. I'd gotten that for the forests, and I just picked up the one for stone. So now I have that kind of automatic farming thing for all 3 of the materials while I'm out doing runs. And then on top of that, I found an upgrade for the wheat fields. Normally they are 2 squares by 2 squares. And it's like, I think at the base level you get like, you have a character run into it while you're doing the harvesting thing, and they gather like 3 wheat or something like that. This one was a 1 tile square, and it starts off by giving you 7 when you run into it and gather it. So it's like a more concentrated wheat field. So that seems kind of neat. I put it in the purview of my automatic farming thing, and we'll see how that goes. And then the other other building unlocked was just, hey, you can now pick 2 characters to go into a level with, and you combine their abilities at the same time.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that feels real strong, because you're basically getting double the abilities for characters right away, and that's kind of on the back of I had realized I had neglected a mechanic in the game where each character has a bunch of stats, and it's like strength, intelligence, health, stamina, stuff like that. And the game does a really good job of explaining, like, intelligence increases AoE damage, health increases how much health you have, and stuff like that. Some buildings you unlock really early on will increase those starting stats for your characters. So it's like you build this building, each character starts with +1 intelligence at the beginning of the game. There's also one that I completely forgot. I built it and I completely forgot about it. That increases the scaling of those. So every time you get a level up, and maybe it'll level up intelligence, instead of it giving you 1 point of intelligence because you leveled up, it'll give you 2 or 3 or 5 or 7 or something. So your stats can grow to pretty ludicrous level pretty quickly in a stage, and that has really made a difference for the later levels that have more enemies that take more hits and are moving at you faster. Because one of the levels that I just unlocked, there's an enemy that has an aura around it, and all of the tiles around it, it pushes those enemies down faster. So they're moving kind of down the field twice as fast as they normally do. So you really need to be on top of attacking stuff and doing damage and unlocking stuff and powering stuff up. So I'm starting to see that kind of paying off now in a way that feels really good. And then I finally got a couple of the characters to level 10, and at that level, their building that I built originally in the town now gets a bonus around it. And any other character buildings that are surrounding that one get a 25% XP bonus when you're doing a run with them. So I'm getting to the point now where, like, I liked managing my buildings and, like, kind of tucking these off to the side because I don't need those, and I'll move these over here because I can have all my characters bounce around on them in between levels and gather all the materials and stuff. But now I have this kind of interesting Tetris thing of, okay, this guy's going to buff everybody, so I'm going to put them here and then surround all the other character buildings around there and kind of like Tetris them together because they're all weird shapes, and try and fit as many together in this little aura area that I can to make sure that everybody gets the bonus and sort of feed off all of that. So It's cool. Like I think it's a really great game. I have seen some other mechanics that I feel like I'm like right on the cusp of unlocking. So I'll probably see what those are, and then maybe hold off on playing more of this game until we figure out if we're gonna play it on We Rogue Like It or not, and kind of dive deep into the back half of the game for that show potentially. But this game's really great. I've enjoyed it a lot. It definitely feels like it pushes that part of my brain that DRG Survivor has been for us, where it's like, this is really not the biggest heavy lifting mentally game, and there's enough going on, and it's a game where you're not standing still ever, because stuff is always shooting at you, and you're fighting bosses, and you're trying to get the right angle to hit as many enemies as you can all at once. And that stuff feels really good, but it's really not the hard. I'm not like solving any calculus puzzles or anything. And I think that's really great. And I think at the end of this year, I think that's really what I need as well. Of just like, yep, we're gonna play a brick breaker and we're gonna build a cool town, and I like both of those things, so I'm pretty happy. And it's really great. And they just announced they sold, I think it was 1 million copies, so they have a whole bunch of free stuff that's coming out next year for it, which seems cool.
Good for them.
Yeah, it's really great, and I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with it so far. So if that all sounds like it's fun, you should go check out Ball Pit. That's all I've been playing this week, and because it's the end of the year, nothing is coming out, and we have no news stories. So that's also the end of this episode. Worry not, though. This is not the end of our episodes for the year. Like I talked about at the beginning, we have our 2 Game of the Year episodes coming out over the next 2 weeks, and then after that, we'll be back with the normal stuff here. Hopefully well rested. Fingers crossed. Thought that would make one of us laugh. But please don't forget tvgp.tv is where to find and follow us on the right-hand side of the page. Patreon.com/E1M1 or E1M1.cash.
Those ones are the numbers.
$5 a month tier is recommended one. That gets you everything. Anything above and beyond that is greatly appreciated. If you're looking to sign up, if you liked the Patreon open house, which is going on right now over on that page, if you'd like to go sign up, don't forget, if you're a new subscriber, a new patron, you can get your first month for half off by using the coupon code RIP and TEAR, all one word, all in caps. That will work for this month, and that will get you half off for your first Fun for a $5 tier. Like we talk about all the time, please rate us positively on your podcatcher of choice. That really does help more people find this show, and helps us get into the ear of the masses. And that helps the show a whole bunch, and helps this channel a whole bunch. I think that's it. So hopefully everybody has a good couple of next weeks. I hope you enjoy the Game of the Year episodes that are coming out. I think they turn out really great, and hopefully everyone enjoys it. And we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Boy.
Bye.
All right, Nimp, what are your titles?
I have Let Me Escort a Guy, Soapboxes Were Stood On, I Give You the Roguelike, Filed Off the Serial Numbers, oh my god, Stereotypical Chicagoan, and We Will Be Well Rested.
Okay, Moon, what do you have?
Summoning the Scientists. His name is Dougie Dougson. The Trinket Game. The S Word. A Moral Monster. That's a space moral space monster, not a moral space monster.
Gotcha.
Not the Rogue People. God Emperor Rahulk. And Hopefully Well Rested.
I have His Name is Doug, The Feathering, Lousy with Mimics, Duck Creator, Not the Rogue People, Let Me Escort a Guy, and Stereotypical Chicagoan. I think we had Not the Rogue People on multiple lists. Is anything standing out for people? I like Lousy with Mimics, personally, or Not the Rogue People.
We've used Lousy with something before, right?
Oh, I mean, almost guarantee.
I just don't know if it's been Mimics.
I'm going to search TVGP Lousy. I'm getting a whole bunch of, oh yeah, the Pokemon TCG Pocket being lousy. Cool. Thanks. Thanks, guys. It's not literally not what I searched for. I guess that's good because nobody's like, God, this lousy garbage podcast. Thanks, Internet.
Uh-huh.
So I think we're good on that one.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever.
Yeah, I'm good with that one.
Lousy with Mimics.
Yeah.
Okay. Circling. Let me know when you're ready.
Alrighty.
I'm ready.
All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 947 for December 15th, 2025. Lousy with Mimics.
Now you need to use the special shampoo and the metal tooth comb.
Make sure the chain is going a certain way, or else it's not legit.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening and watching. Greatly appreciate it. Reminder, we'll be off for 2 weeks. We don't have any live streams for the next 2 weeks. Tune in for our end of the year, game of the year specials, spectaculars. We'll see you back here live for the next couple weeks. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.